Okay, everybody, let's head out to our first location. Clap your hands on 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, welcome back. As you can see, a pair of Conga drums. These are called Conga drums. These are awesome drums. And as you can see, I also have Bongos as well. Well, Conga drums, you hear lots of music. It's actually kind of the root of drums. This is actually the first drum, the Conga drum. Well, as you can see, I have different sizes and different shapes of drums. Let's get started. This drum here is called the quinto. Quinto. This drum here is the tumba. 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 And we can sing it like this. Tumba, tumba, tumba. Tumba, tumba, tumba. So the tumba. This is the conga. Conga. As you can see, they all have their different voices. Now let's go over to these little small drums. Don't underestimate these drums here. The bongos are bright excitement. You hear the bongos on lots of parts of television and cartoons as well. For instance, have you ever heard this? Mom, don't tell him. Mission Impossible. Let me try it again. Mission Impossible. Well, with playing Conga drums, you have to make sure that you use your listening ears because you're playing different parts. Once again, long time ago, maybe just one drummer would just play this drum and master just the quinto. Or maybe one drummer might just master the tumba. The tumba is the root of all the drums. All the drummers are listening to the tumba player. And as the tumba player plays that part, the quinto will play another part. And it goes like this. Might find a part like and so when you put all of those parts together, then you have a beautiful, beautiful sounding music that locks together as a family. Now let me not forget that part over on the bongos. What would the bongo part be? The bongo part might be I want you to clap your hands like this and keep the time for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, just keep on clapping. Here we go. That's a great exercise for you to practice at home. Remember, music is all based on time. but also it's based on the different parts. Now, all drummers and master drummers that live in different countries all have different rhythms. They all grow up on different parts of the music. So if I was to meet someone that's from Australia, and then meet someone from New Zealand, and then meet someone from Peru, well, what do we have in common? The only thing that we have in common, if we each know the parts. Now, what if I just play all of these drums myself and see what I come up, or what rhythm would I come up with? But see if you can find the main drum that keeps the train going. See, that's rhythm, keeping the train going. Now, get ready and listen to the parts, how the drums talk to each other. Can't hear you. Keep going. A little louder. Come on. I can't hear you louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope that you heard the parts of how each drum was talking to each other. Even the bongo had a little accent and conversation. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Now we're going to find out. Well, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning and to all the way to now and see what drums looks like, sounds like. Let's compare drums and percussion. As I was talking about the first drum, if you notice, no hardware on this. This is all a natural skin and natural wood from a tree trunk. Just like this from a tree trunk, as you can see. But this here is a different drum than this drum here. This is a diabingue drum. Jamaican drum. What's the difference between the Jamaican drum here? The Jamaican drum has hardware on it and screws, as you can see, and a long neck. It has a different sound than the hollow drum there. This drum has a sound like this. Wow. Hardware. Skin stretched. Now we go to the bongo. The bongo, do you think that this is handmade or man-made? Well, I think you're right. This is man-made. You can already tell the hardware and the screws. And look at the bottom like that. You can all tell this has definitely been made by man. Metal screws. Where this one is natural. Now, also, let's go all the way. These are the bongos. Let's go to the conga. The conga. Whoa. Do you think this one here is handmade or man-made? Well, guess what? You were right. Man-made. Well, what's the difference between this drum and this drum? Well, both of them sing. Both of them sound great. Both of them sing. Wow, well, the difference between the natural drum, it has no screws. This here conga is man-made, you can tell. Look at the screws. You can tell. Look at the rim here. Wow, but guess what? What do they have in common? They sing. Now, let's go back here to the quinto. This is the quinto. Now, if I was just to play, say I had just this drum, what patterns would I play? Well, first of all, before I even started to play, I would shake my hands and warm them up like that and get the blood going and the shoulders. It's very important that you loosen up before you play and have all of this fun and fly like a butterfly. Okay? Now, I think I'm ready. Now that rhythm you can play at home on recycle on your pots and pans. I'll slow the rhythm down. So if you could sing like the birds, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, sing and play. La 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 la. Like the birds. So on a quinto, you can play all different types of rhythm. But what's really important is that all of these drums have beautiful sounds, beautiful notes, and a beautiful looking drum. House of Samba. Wow, well, we're back at the bongos. I love the bongos because it always, you hear it in action sounds and movies and even cartoons. Now, how would you play bongos? Well, the first lesson that I would teach on bongos is first you have to loosen up your hands. Shake those hands, shake those shoulders, move those arms around and around because you're going to get that blood going. Now, here we go. Everything you do is good, remember. Now, let's start off with have some fun. You have two sounds, the high pitch and the low pitch. Okay, here we go. Have some fun. Have some fun. This is your first rhythm. See, a rhythm works when you're consistent and you do it like a time, tempo, metronome, like a clock. Like a clock, that's right. But a clock sound would go tick-tock, right? So let's see if I can play tick-tock. Whoa, that's like a clock rhythm right there. You can practice at home. Now let's go back to have some fun. Now it's very important that you don't play fast. because I can't even hear the rhythm at all. So everything you do, make sure that you practice slow. You can always go fast. Now, let's sound like a train coming around the track. Wow. Now that sounds like an engineer getting ready to start up. Now, as I'm doing this exercise, I hope you're clapping those hands. I hope you're shaking those shoulders. Slow, you go slow. You clap your hands slow. If I go fast, you go fast. Okay? Are you ready? Put your seatbelt on. Are you clapping? Are you shaking those shoulders? Now we slow down the tempo. Now let's add a medium tempo to it. I think the birds like it. They're singing. Wow! Let's go back all the way to the first drum here. Now, if you notice, the first drum has skin here that has been stretched by skin string alone. Wow, that's what's pulling the tension down to make the music. Well, the first drum, they were actually playing with sticks. In some tribes, they play with their hands. So in Latin countries and in Cuba, they play with their hands. In Africa, they play with their hands and sticks, depending on the size of the drum and the pitch. Now, I love this one. Hand drums. As you can tell, a diabinge drum and metal hardware. Speaking about songs, rhythm, and drums, here's a rhythm you can play and here's a song you can sing. drums and percussion, drums and percussion, drums and percussion. And remember, percussion makes the world go round. Let's talk about remembering rhythms. How would you do that, Teacher James? Well, first of all, go get you a pen, paper, and I'm going to show you how to write an exercise. What you do, first of all, you take that pencil and you go right down the middle of the paper. And on one side of that paper, you say right. On the other side, you say left. So you're going to go R, and you're going to go L, okay? And you're going to put dots. So, here is how you're going to make your own music sing. Now, here's a pattern. Right, 1, 2, 3. So then you write 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. On your left, you write 1, 2, 3. On the left side of the paper, you go 1, 2, 3. So now you have 6 notes on each hand, which will sound like this. Now, if you go 3 notes and then 2, let's try that pattern. First on my right hand and then on my left hand. Here we go. 3 and then the pattern of 2. Here we go. Did you notice how that sung? Now I'm going to go 3, 2, and I'm going to go 1. So now I have 3 patterns that I'm going to do. And remember, you're writing this down so you can start reading your own drum rhythms. Here we go. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 1, rest. That's your homework. Start writing your own rhythms. Welcome back. I'm glad that you understand the all different types of drums that we have played today here. Drums and percussion is very important for our bodies, our minds, and our souls. Don't forget to go to the YouTube channel, House of Samba Kids. Well, I usually don't play sticks on my drum heads unless the sticks were really round, because if they were sharp, they would actually go right through the skin. This skin is really thin on some drums, but then on some drums like this, it's really thick. So remember, you can either play with sticks that are round and soft, not pointed, and you can have a beautiful sound, or you can play with your hands. Whatever you do, have some fun. Have some fun. And remember, when you're playing percussion at home or at school or at your grandma's or grandpa's house, you always have fun. Make sure you get your parents involved with you in making beautiful music. Okay? Sunny in the morning, sunny in the evening, sunny in the afternoon, Scooby-Doo. Sunny in the morning, sunny in the evening, sunny in the afternoon, Scooby-Doo. Sunny in the morning, sunny in the evening, sunny in the afternoon. Sunny in the morning, sunny in the evening, sunny in the afternoon, Scooby-Doo. Sunny in the morning, sunny in the evening, sunny in the afternoon. Sunny in the morning, sunny in the evening, sunny in the afternoon. Welcome back to Drum and Percussion. Natural wood, natural skin. As you can see, a gorgeous drum, quinto. It first started when they didn't have telephones at all. The way they communicated was through the drum, through percussion drums. And every time they would speak, they would play. The only way they had to communicate was through rhythm. Each tribe would recognize the rhythm. Welcome back. We're so glad that you have learned so much about world percussion instrument with teacher James here. But don't forget, go to YouTube channel House of Samba Kids and be a subscriber, and don't forget to tell your mom and dad to hit like, and we will love to see you again. Drums and Percussion, House of Samba Kids. Remember, you are the star at the House of Samba. Ashe, ashe,